Well, it's a good day, and it's a good time of year, and I want to welcome everybody here today as we start gearing up for the 2013 Charity Gala. And this is an event that is put on primarily by the First Lady and her team of volunteers, and they put a lot of time and effort into this Charity Gala every year, and it's been absolutely fantastic, the work that they've been able to do. In just the last 3 years, in the first 3 Charity Galas that Maria has put on, she and her team have raised well over $500,000 that have gone out to really worthy charities within the city of Albuquerque, people who are going out every day and making a difference in our community. And as a mayor, I'm very proud of the giving spirit of our community, and I'm really proud of Maria and the First Lady and her team, because they really have a passion for this. So today we will be announcing the recipients for the 2013 Charity Gala. These folks who are with us today actually went through an application process. That's something that we changed when we came in as mayor. We actually went to an application process, so it's a competitive situation. And the individuals here today were actually chosen for their efforts to support veterans and literacy within our city. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Maria to give you a few more of the details, and then we have another nice surprise at the end of the announcement today.
This year we're hoping to make some holiday wishes come true. Our entire nation is hurting financially, and unfortunately, many nonprofits are feeling this pain through substantial decreases in their contributions. The need is great, but I'm hopeful that the money raised in the upcoming 2013 Charity Gala will help them continue to do their good work. The following organizations were reviewed and chosen by the Charity Gala Selection Committee. The Metropolitan Homelessness Project for homeless veterans. The mission of the Metropolitan Homelessness Project is to end homelessness in Albuquerque on both individual and societal levels through a unified voice of advocacy, prevention, and service. Proceeds will specifically help homeless veterans in our community. Albuquerque Reads. Albuquerque Reads believes that all children have a right to literacy, and that literacy is the foundation of lifelong learning and active participation in the social, economic, and political institutions of the community. Literacy is essential if Albuquerque is to grow and prosper. And finally, Read West's mission, Read West Inc. And Read West's mission is to provide quality one-to-one tutoring to adults seeking to transform their lives through enhanced literacy skills. Read West is an adult literacy program serving students from Rio Rancho and Albuquerque's West Side. And literacy is an issue that is very close to my heart, and I'm so humbled to be able to lead this effort that will impact the Albuquerque community and these worthy organizations.
Well, thanks, Maria, and I think this is an absolutely great group. When Maria and her group chose Veterans Affairs for this year, I don't think anyone is more worthy than Dennis and his group, Metropolitan Homelessness Initiative. These are the folks we work with at Albuquerque heading home for some of that work. And the fact that these dollars this year are going to go directly towards homeless veterans, I think is absolutely the right thing to do. So thank you guys for your efforts. And literacy, who can argue? I mean, we talk about early childhood development, we talk about adult literacy. And between these two organizations, between Albuquerque Reads and Read West, we're covering both ends of the spectrum. We're covering early childhood all the way through adult. And I know that Maria has actually done literacy volunteering with that entire spectrum. She's had adult students, she's had first graders, kindergartners, even as students. And so I think you've done a great job in picking people who are doing great work in our community, and you're all to be commended. And we're just really excited to work with you. And a lot of the people you see here today are faces that you know from around the community for a good reason. They're out there every day, they're doing great work, and it means a lot to us. So thank you guys so much, and congratulations. I can tell you, Maria and her team are going to expect a lot from you. They put on a successful gala for a reason, and they want you to get out there and make sure that we can have another absolutely great event. So thanks to everyone for your participation as well. Also, one of the things that we do every year in the Charity Gala, and we'll have, anybody want to say anything from the different organizations? You want to do that to start with?
Two things.
Let's have you say. Let's start with. I don't know if you came prepared. If you didn't, that's tough luck. Welcome to my world. Why don't you say a few things about the homelessness project and what you'll be doing with the money, Dennis?
So
Dennis Plummer.
Friday afternoon last week, I was struggling with a $100,000 deficit and trying to figure out how to make it meet our budget line. And I got a call from you, Maria. You have no idea of the timing of that call to realize that would make a difference for so many veterans whom we serve. We serve veterans 24 hours a day who are facing medical respite needs. We also serve veterans specifically in transitional housing, and this is a staff that oversees that: David Cisneros, Jaime Taimez, and Jessica Casey. So I'm so grateful for them and grateful for your work, First Lady, for helping us actually be able to pay these folks to really end homelessness for our veterans who are living on the street. So thank you.
Thanks, Dennis. Terry, you want to say something about Albuquerque Reads?
You know, this is a wonderful 10-year anniversary present for us because this is our 10th year with Albuquerque Reads at the Albuquerque Chamber of Commerce. We started it 10 years ago in the midst of our education reform efforts, and that's pretty hard work, trying to change public policy. And so we said, you know, while we're doing that, let's just teach some kids who need to learn how to read. And so this program became our side-by-side education reform program, and it has been amazingly successful. We recruit 600 volunteers a year from the business community, and they have a marvelous experience 3 times a week reading to a child. And many of our children come in unable to read at all, and about 80% of them by the end of the school year are readers, and they're ready for first grade. So we're just delighted. We're very, very honored to be selected, and we will work very, very hard to help make this overall program successful. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Terry. Come on up, Reed West, and tell us about it.
Thank you. We know that New Mexico has a couple of problems. One of them is adult illiteracy. 26% of New Mexicans are basically unable to read anything at all. They actually raised that number to 46% if you start talking about functionally literate, that is unable to function in today's society. That means most jobs are closed to them. They're unable to do the things that are necessary to support their families. They live on very small incomes. We know that 75% of our people at Read West have incomes of less than $15,000 a year, from which they're supporting a family of 4. So we look to change that, to make people successful by giving them what they most need to get past that. And we have 200 volunteer tutors at Read West, but this program that we've designed here is not just about Read West. That is, we've worked together with a group called the Albuquerque Cooperative for Adult Literacy. That includes the CNM, the Adult Literacy Movement of Albuquerque at CNM, Catholic Charities, Reading Works, also located here in Albuquerque, and ourselves. And what we intend to do is use this money to train 100 new tutors. And we want to recruit some of those from veterans because we have discovered they are marvelous at doing this. And if we can and give them the tools they need and put them to work, they can help other veterans and others as well to do this. And amongst veteran families, there is also a need in many cases to learn English sometimes, also to just get the skills they need to get their GED or other things that will enable them to help their families. So we are thrilled to get this chance to try and see if we can pull this off. And I do believe we can. And train 100 new tutors that will be out there helping people to overcome problems of illiteracy in New Mexico. Thank you.
So much. Appreciate it. It's now you know why it's so great to be a mayor of a great city. There's so many people that do so many good things, so I want to thank everybody again. So much good's going on out there, and you know, as government we can do good things, but we can't do everything, and it just takes a community working together. Well, another nice surprise today, and I'll let some of the folks come up for the next part of the presentation today. Somebody brought cookies. that's great.
How to influence people.
That's great. Well, you know, the way the charity gala works, and this is something I talked about a little bit earlier. When I came in as mayor, we wanted to take the charity gala to a different level. It's really been Maria's initiative. We wanted to make sure we took it into a competitive environment where we had an RFP process, so that everybody in the community had a chance to step forward and put forward good ideas, regardless of who they know or any affiliations along those lines. We wanted to have a very open competition for it. And I think Maria and her crew have really done that. So the way they do this each year is they will pick charities that they believe are worthy, that they can meet their goals. But in that process, we have a number of other groups who we know darn well do great things, but they may not have made the initial top 2 or 3 because Marie and her group, you never know how, if you're going to meet the goals or not. So the number one criteria this year with the group that you met will be to have a gala fundraiser that will raise the amount of money to meet the grant applications that they put in. The good news is, for 3 years in a row, Marie and her group have exceeded those expectations. So then what they do is they go out and they look at some of the other worthy individuals who had put in that maybe didn't get originally selected but were part of the original competitive process that we know do absolutely great work. And for the 3rd year in a row, Maria is going to be in a position today to hand out some additional funds for some great things, and I'm going to let her tell you about that right now.
I have to say how very thankful I am to our gala team and to our community for helping us reach these goals and ultimately surpass them. It is because of your dedication and generosity that I have the distinct honor of announcing that New Mexico Extreme Sports at Warehouse 508 will be receiving $27,468 to help support their youth music project. In addition to that, the United In addition, the United Way's Community Fund will also be receiving $27,468.
Well, yeah, that's great news. We're gonna let these guys talk just a little bit here in a minute. So why don't we have if you don't know what Warehouse 508 is, it's you gonna speak on it?
Sure.
All right, come on in. It's a really neat thing in our community, and actually, Warehouse 508, when I first came in as mayor, was actually in the crosshairs of a few folks. It was a program that I think it's fair to say. It was a program that not everybody was on board with from an appropriation standpoint. Robin Otten, who's my Director of Family and Community Service, I asked her to go look at the programs and give me an analysis of what the program is doing and if she thought it was working. And you guys converted some true believers in my administration very early on, and now we are consistently, and you've been doing great work, and we're behind you for that reason. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what you do?
Thank you.
Especially about the music project, because I'm a music nut. So tell them about it.
Absolutely. And Vladdy, I want you to come up here with me. This is what it's all about. It's all about our youth and doing something that's really positive in the community and allowing them to pursue their passions and what they want and what they can actually bring to the table. And it's amazing when you put the kids up there, the youth in front of the project, what comes out. It's just been an amazing program. We're all about trying to get to the youth. We feel all youth is at risk, not just low income. All youth is at risk, and our whole goal there is to give them a platform, give them passion, give them something that they can really reach with Warehouse 508 and develop it and do some, we actually do job creation, we do different recording, we do everything else. And I'm going to let Valedia, who's actually part of our youth creative crew, our council, it's run and led by the youth. The whole idea is they don't want to hear what I have to say. I'm a boring old banker, right? But what they want to know what makes it relevant. They know what's relevant, and that's what keeps the youth engaged, keeps the youth on top of what's going on. And Valedia, can you speak to that real quick?
Yeah, definitely. It's a fantastic venue where we can just go and do exactly what we want. So like the music program, we are now given that opportunity to really expand the horizons of that, and a bunch of other programs. For me specifically, I go more into the sports and also the filmmaking program, so I'm really thankful for this opportunity. So
that's right.
Yes.
Well, it's funds like this are just that. Thank you so much. I mean, it just means so much to us because it's every cent that we spend there is just so well spent because we touch so many of the youth, and it's grown from serving 100 plus to thousands of youth right now, and it's growing, and it's such a needed program in the community. We really appreciate it.
You're doing great work, so
Thank you again.
congratulations. Thank you. And he hit on a good word there, and he didn't say the word, but he's talking about stewardship. He's talking about taking these valuable resources and putting them to great work. We try to do that every day at the city, and when we have groups in our community that do that, I think that speaks highly to what you do. And I think that's another reason that the community really gets behind these efforts, because there really is good work going on. And speaking of good work, one of the things we did 2 years ago was we teamed up with United Way of Central New Mexico for the Charity Gala, understanding that their community fund does so many great things in our community. and it ran 126 things. I'll let you talk about it a little bit, but it's really a great category, this Agile that can be used for good things in our community. So we made an agreement. They help us run the gala, and half the proceeds go to the community fund. So I'm going to let Randy say a few words about it, and we'll go from here.
Well, we certainly appreciate it, and as the mayor mentioned, we currently fund 125 local nonprofits with $4.1 million, and those are nonprofits that are working in the areas of education, self-sufficiency, and health. And just last week, the deadline for the RFPs, came through, and the requests are over 30% higher than last year. So we have over $10 million in requests. So these dollars for the community fund are just going to go so far to helping the most vulnerable, and we just certainly appreciate our partnership with the Mayor's Charity Gala. So thank you.
Thanks, Ron. And a large. So in addition to the nonprofits that you saw today, from the Veterans Homelessness Initiative to the reading initiatives, a large portion of the Charity Gala funds will also go to the community fund. So United Way of Central New Mexico is there. So you're not just helping out the 3 that you saw today, you're helping out 125 additional groups that are doing great work, and you do a great work with your stewardship side of it as well. So with that, I'll let Maria tell you when next year's event is. We want everybody to come out. It's always a fun event. We generally have 12 to 1,400 people that show up. It's a lot of fun. It's a spirited event. I pick the food, so it's good. I pick the bands, and it's usually good. No, the bands have been great. So come out and have a good time with us for great causes, and I'll let Maria tell you a little bit about it.
So please mark your calendar and join us for the 2013 Charity Gala, held on Saturday, May 18th, 2013 at the Albuquerque Convention Center. And this year we're going to be celebrating Route 66. So thank you all for coming today, and happy holidays.
Is there a website they can go to? Is the new website up? Mayor's Charity Gala?
No, it's not yet.
But it will be.
We're working on the
All right.
effort for it.
As we get closer, there'll be a connection through the city website and through the Mayor's Charity Gala. So you'll hear about it. The media have been great partners with us to get the word out. So thanks everybody for coming, and just a room full of people doing great things. And so thanks to you guys for all that you're doing, and we appreciate you very much.